I dislike majority of the art that I create. And I've already spoken about how chasing improvements in your art journey might not always be the best path to take to avoid burnout and to avoid dropping art as a whole. But something happened to me recently, and it's the reason why I'm making this painting in the first place. And I also just want to highlight that making art that you like and improving in art don't have to be mutually exclusive. Those two can coexist, and art and the art journey, should not be a painful process. There's just this kind of, usually other artists can relate to this, but the disconnect between this part of you that wants to improve and the part of you that just wants to draw whatever you want to draw. But the good thing is those two can come together so that you can draw what you want to draw, but it's improved. So you'll like what you come up with. And that's what I'm going for. That's what I was going for with today's piece, which I, in my humble, honest opinion, think is probably one of the better things that I've ever painted. And I started painting this just randomly trying to sketch something out. But it was a result of me going on TikTok, which I do not recommend you do, and I saw an amazing artist, absolutely gorgeous speed paint, or is it a time lapse, on my feed. And then in the comments, it said that she was 16 years old. So obviously I was pained because she's a lot younger than me and she is so much better than me. After like a day or two of ruminating over this, I was just like, why don't I just learn from this person? Why don't I just try and use some of their skills? And besides, she has some tutorials on her page, so I could easily just watch them and implement them in my art and I will get better. It's super, super easy for me to see something and see somebody be better than me and just get immediately discouraged. But I didn't want it to be the same this time, especially since her art style was one that I loved and I really wanted to replicate in my own art. So I've always been terrible at shading hair and getting all the rendering for it right. But I've always tried to get better with every piece. You know, I always try and do something new, something I know would hurt me to do because the end result is probably not gonna look good. But being bad and drawing it bad is part of the process. And I don't know, it's a very hard pill to swallow. It's a great piece of advice to have, but it's not easy to follow it. I'll tell you this. Okay, I'm not going to be pretentious and act as if I know everything or that I'm the greatest at art and I know all the advice. I really don't. I'm just some guy. But I do understand that improvement is something that I value a lot. So that's something that I try to achieve. Whether it comes from learning from people younger than me or people older than me, doesn't really matter. I just want to get better at my art. And on that note, I do think that because I was reverse inspired by this artist, that it helped me realize the art style that I want to have and keep having going forward. Because having an art style that is something that I like, it's never come to me. Like, I know I have a certain way of drawing, but I'm not a big fan of it. And so her art style was literally almost the exact same one that I like, but I know how I draw things. I know how I want to draw things. I just didn't know how to render hair and shade in a certain way. And I guess watching that video really helped me to hone in on this one art style. This is how you do it, and make a mental note to keep doing that in your future pieces. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to hone my art style. And with that being said, in the spirit of doing hard things, I'm opening commissions, which is a very first for me because I'm always scared to make art that people won't like. I'm always scared that I will have a commission and then I make the art for the person and they end up not liking it in the end. It's a very big fear of mine, but I thought I really do enjoy drawing other people's characters and stuff. I just love drawing things for other people. It really does bring a smile to my face because I interacted and participated in an art fight this year for the first time, and that was so much fun. I think it would be a great experience for me anyways, drawing things for other people and not just myself, so that I'm forced out of my comfort zone. It'll be a great start to the new year, of course, even though we're still in November, but let's pretend as if it's January. But anyways, feel free to peruse, the links down below in case you're interested. If you're not, that's fine. I don't have much else to say except it's just a change of mindset, honestly. And it's also doing. It's just doing. You can always sit there and be like, I need to improve. But if you never actually draw anything different than your usual, you're not going to improve. And that is directed at me so that I remember this and stop sitting in my comfort zone because it's too comfortable. I want to keep making leaps in my art to a place until it gets to a place where I'm happy with it. That's all that matters to me. That's what matters the most anyways, that I'm happy with my art. And I hope you guys are happy with my art too. If you're not, I'm not concerned. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you want to support me, as usual, I always have my links down below. And I do art streams, and sometimes I also stream games as well on Twitch. But if you want to see me drawing, then you'll probably love my stream. You can come find me on Twitch Mondays and Tuesdays by 6 p.m. And if you want to actually know my schedules, you can come join the Discord, which is in the bio, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.